Welcome to the Brooks Center for the Performing Arts. Please take a moment to locate your nearest emergency exit. Exits are located in the front, in the rear, and on the sides of the auditorium. Thank you.
Please stand if you are able. Today's processional begins with the candidates for the doctoral degree, accompanied by their academic advisors. The stage party is being led by Clemson University Marshal, Dr. Christine Vernon.
Please remain standing if you're able for our national anthem, performed by Ansley Hollingsworth, Senior in Performing Arts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I hereby open Clemson University's doctoral hooding ceremony. I now invite Dr. John Lopes, Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Vernon, and good afternoon. Our first speaker is one of the students graduating with us this afternoon. We're always looking for ways to put our students at the center of everything that we do. So each semester, we oversee a process in which a group of graduate students and postdoc scholars select a graduating doctoral student to address their fellow graduates. Today, I'm honored to introduce soon-to-be Dr. Nicholas Gregoric from the Chemical Engineering Program in the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to be sharing this stage with the doctoral class of spring 2023. Our journeys to this stage come in all different shapes and sizes, and I am here to tell you mine was far from perfect. 9 years ago, I was working the deli counter at an Italian market slicing cold cuts in the Detroit metropolitan area without a college degree and a lot of uncertainty towards my future and what life had in store for me. I had just been placed on mandatory leave from the University of Michigan for a 4th time and struggled horribly with my mental well-being. It was during this time I fortunately fell into a community of support from unlikely sources. People who didn't share my background or identities, who embraced me and my disabilities at this stage in life. That disability being sensory neurohearing loss or partial deafness from birth. With the encouragement and support of a close mentor, I decided to give college one last try. I excelled in my coursework, and during that transformative semester, a close friend put me in contact with the owner of a research-based company in Detroit. Despite my glowing 2.2 GPA and an attractive work experience that included line cook at the popular fast food chain Hardee's and raking sand bunkers at a golf club, I became the company's first intern. Working under a research mentor at this internship inspired me to get my PhD in chemical engineering. I found my way here to Clemson University and hold much pride in knowing I will forever be part of the Clemson Tigers family. One of the biggest themes that encapsulates a doctoral experience is venturing into the unknown. We enrolled in graduate school to undertake a research project investigating an area of research no one has considered or published before. Many times during this journey, I asked myself if the research was going to work out. Am I capable of doing this successfully? Will my research matter? Overcoming beliefs I had about myself as a researcher were at the core of a transformation I experienced with this degree. My PhD advisor accepted me into his research group under his mentorship and molded me into a stronger, more capable researcher and communicator of science. This did not come without many trials and tribulations. This same narrative applies to everyone sharing this moment here today. Our advisors identified our potentials as doctoral students and created amazing opportunities for us moving forward because they saw the best in us. It was during those late nights in the lab, when we would rather be sleeping, that we truly ventured into the unknown and bridged a gap in research, a gap no one else thought was possible. We bought into something we couldn't see and proved to ourselves in that moment that we are both proficient and capable of creating original, innovative ideas. One of my favorite quotes by Wayne Dyer I truly appreciate is that ducks quack and eagles soar. Ducks quack and complain. Eagles soar high above the crowd and elevate those around them. To me, that is leadership. As first-year graduate students, our advisors inspired us by believing in our abilities as researchers. Their guidance and mentorship elevated us to a new standard and fostered growth that ultimately molded us into better people. I am inspired by the idea that while I am venturing into the unknown again and again, I am both tried and tested. We've proven to ourselves and our peers that we can create novel areas of research and discovery. We are capable of being successful in any new challenge we face, knowing that we proved it to ourselves during this transformative experience, and not just to our doctoral committees. You are not part of a whole graduating class who's doing it with you in stride as we leave this ceremony today. We all come from diverse backgrounds, experienced different hardships, yet believed in ourselves and made our mark on research. We rose to the occasion, and after many hard years, are here together, sharing this special moment and celebrating an incredible achievement. Although the long journey as doctoral students at Clemson ends today, I see this as the first step to the next journey, a journey where it is now our turn to soar as eagles and elevate those around us. It's on us to encourage the generations that follow and inspire them to achieve as they venture into the unknown. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you to the family and friends here today, and go Tigers.
Thank you, Nick, for sharing your experiences. So Nick's family is here today, and he wanted to surprise them, so he didn't tell them he was the speaker. I can imagine how surprised and proud they must be. Nick has been one of the most active students in the graduate school over the last few years, and the staff and I are going to miss him. You make us all proud to be a part of your journey. I also want to thank all of the student nominees who obviously took great care writing their entries as well. I would have been proud to have any of them up here today. And now I'm happy to introduce Dr. Natasha Kroom, an Associate Dean in the Graduate School, who will recognize 3 award winners this afternoon.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and an honor to recognize faculty and staff who work with and on behalf of graduate students and their colleagues to enhance and elevate graduate education experiences each and every day. Our first award this evening is the Distinguished Doctoral Mentoring Award, of which we have 2 winners. The first recipient is Dr. Marco Ajeo from the Department of Physics and Astronomy in the College of Science. His colleague wrote, quote, "He fully understands the challenges of career development and guides his exceptionally large team towards an inclusive and collaborative environment. A powerful team environment has emerged under his leadership with a level of research enthusiasm I have not seen anywhere else." A former PhD student noted, Marco makes a noticeable effort to foster relationships within the research group such that we all feel connected both socially and professionally. He is adamant that we participate in community events both as scientists and as community members ourselves. Thank you, Dr. Ajeo, for all you do, and congratulations. The second recipient of the Distinguished Doctoral Mentoring Award is Dr. William Norman of the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management in the College of Behavioral, Social, and Health Sciences. One of his nominators noted, quote, "Bill's record of mentoring graduate students is unparalleled in our field. Not only are his mentees in senior positions in every tourism department in the United States, his former graduate students are also making significant contributions to tourism research across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Indeed, many in his graduate student family tree are widely considered to be some of the top researchers in our field." A former student nominator also shared, "Dr. Norman's methods of inspiring students and integrating theories with current events have been very influential as I develop my teaching portfolio and materials." Now, it is also my understanding that Dr. Norman is retiring. And so as you get ready for this next part of your life journey, we hope you retire knowing the impact you've made on graduate students and graduate education at Clemson University. Congratulations. Our second award this afternoon is the inaugural Norsada Hussein International Graduate Student Support Award. Norsada Hussein was a doctoral student from Malaysia whose studies tragically ended when she was murdered in 1992. The crime sent shockwaves through the university, taking a particular toll on her fellow international students and the faculty and staff who support them. The Office of Global Engagement established this award alongside the graduate school to honor Norsada's permanent placement in the Clemson family by recognizing a staff or faculty member committed to the success of our international students. This year's recipient is Dr. Diana Vanegas from the Department of Environmental Engineering and Earth Sciences in the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences. Her department chair wrote, "Dr. Vanegas has been able to recruit and nurture graduate students and postdocs from Brazil, Colombia, and China. Dr. Vanegas mentors her students to emphasize their strengths and provides the scaffolding needed to grow and develop their overall skill sets." Many international graduate students, as well as a domestic graduate student, wrote letters of nomination on Dr. Vaneja's behalf. Collectively, they shared, Deanna's support has been fundamental for her international students to thrive at Clemson University. Our research group's safe and enriching environment has facilitated our learning process. Viana's passion for supporting students from Latinx communities demonstrates her commitment to supporting students from different parts of the world. Now, Dr. Vanejas could not join us this evening as the scholarly life of a pre-tenure assistant professor never ceases, and she's away conducting research. And so one of her graduate students who you saw a moment ago, Sophia Paz, accepted this on her behalf.
Thank you, Dr. Kroom. How about we give him another round of applause? Let me now introduce members of our stage party. As I read each of your names, please stand and remain standing so that we can acknowledge you. And I ask that the audience please hold their applause excuse me, until I introduce everyone. Dr. James P. Clemens, President. Dr. Robert H. Jones, Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Dr. Tanju Karenfeld, Vice President for Research. Dr. Paula Agudelo, Associate Dean in the College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Life Sciences. Dr. Michael Lemieux, Associate Dean in the College of Architecture, Arts, and Humanities. Dr. Rachel Mayo, Associate Dean in the College of Behavioral, Social, and Health Sciences. Ms. Wendy York, Dean of the Wilbur O. and Ann Powers College of Business. Dr. Celeste Compton Bomley Bates, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Melissa Smith, Associate Dean in the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences. Dr. Steve Krager, Associate Dean in the College of Science. Dr. Shamela Cromartie, soon to be, as of this Friday, Dr. Shamela Cromartie, Associate Dean in Libraries. Dr. Natasha Kroom, Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs in the Graduate School. Dr. Marika von Pembroek, Associate Dean for Professional Development in the Graduate School. Dr. Brian Dominy, Associate Dean for Academic Policy and Program Effectiveness in the Grad School. Dr. William Farrell, Associate Dean for Curriculum and Academic Integrity in the Graduate School. Dr. Tia Dumas, Associate Vice President for Strategic Alliances. Dr. Amy Lawton Rao, Senior Associate Provost for Faculty and Academic Affairs. Dr. Kimberly Poole, Assistant Vice President and Senior Associate Dean of Students. Dr. David Blakesley, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Christine Vernon, the immediate past Faculty Senate President. Dr. Jake Anderson, Staff Senate President. And Dr. Sue Wharton, Director of the Academic Success Center. Please join me in thanking them for their service and leadership. I'm delighted to welcome all of you to our May 2023 doctoral hooding ceremony, including the many students, family, and friends who are watching the live stream of today's event. We're so glad you could join us for this special celebration. Now I ask you, isn't it wonderful that we get to be here today in this beautiful building celebrating the accomplishments of our graduates? This ceremony highlights the critical role that faculty mentors, each of whom spent countless hours working to help you get here today. Without them, none of us would be here today. So please help me to thank them for their excellent and tireless work. So one of the best aspects of working at a university is that we get to be part of some of the happiest, most important days of your lives, including graduations. So some of us up here may be reminiscing about our own doctoral graduation. And interestingly, some things have not changed. You still had to take exams and defend your dissertation in front of an incredibly challenging committee. You still had to submit countless forms to the graduate school. And of course, you had to deal with parking. Avoiding parking tickets is a universal challenge for all doctoral students. We don't publicize that when we recruit you. But some things have changed. Much of what we do is increasingly electronic and far more accessible. So your dissertations are electronic, and they live in the cloud. You can download them on your cell phone. Not sure you'd want to, but you can download them on your cell phone. I had to produce physical copies of my dissertation, printed on 100% cotton paper, and get every copy signed by every committee member. So here's my copy. I take it with me everywhere I go. And the last time I brought this to the hooding ceremony, a good friend of mine, and I put good in quotations, called it the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, that's a little messed up, and he's not invited to the stage party this year. In thinking about how much things have changed, I think it's interesting to think about how graduate school may look in another 30 years, when one of our graduates may be on a stage somewhere delivering a speech like this. They might say, "Remember when there was something called the cloud?" And apparently everyone was really worried about ChatGPT. And now it's a tool everybody uses. Maybe dissertations will be videos instead of written narratives. We know one thing for sure. It will look different, and some of you will play a role in how it evolves. But right now, you may be more focused on what happens tomorrow. The fact is that all of you will go on to very productive careers all over the world, but you will likely take different paths. I recall being a little stressed about the next step. This is natural, and as your career progresses, this feeling will happen from time to time as you pursue new challenges. Just 3 years ago, I went through it when Provost Jones called to offer me the dean position. I was really excited, and I immediately accepted the offer. But don't tell him this. As soon as I got off the phone, I started to think about whether I was ready for this next step. The fact is that you're ready for whatever will follow in your career. I know this because while you were busy doing your dissertation, you are also building an impressive toolbox of skills that will serve you moving forward, regardless of the path you pursue. You've learned how to build knowledge, how to solve complex problems, and how to apply that knowledge to best serve others. Very few people ever get to be the first to create or discover something no one else has seen before. You are in that rare and privileged cohort. You've also learned how to solve problems as a member of a team that works collaboratively across multiple disciplines. Now, interdisciplinarity has always been a part of graduate education, but it's fair to say that it's much more prominent today and that it will become even more so in the years to come. You've also developed critical teaching and mentoring skills. Now, it's possible that you may never serve as a classroom instructor, but you will always be a teacher and a mentor. This is both a responsibility and an expectation that comes with a doctoral degree. We're very fortunate to have access to knowledge as it is generated, and it's our calling to share that, to help share that knowledge. And to do this, we use the most important skill we've developed, the ability to make highly specialized information accessible to a broad audience. So I want to highlight this most important skill. As the graduates walk across the stage today, the screen behind me will show the title of their dissertation. We're all going to be impressed by the titles we read, and we know that the information in the dissertation is incredibly complex. My mom was always impressed by the titles of papers I shared with her. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't be impressed by analysis and comparison of the internal promoter PE of the Ilgia media operans of Escherichia coli, K12, and Salmonella typhimurium? Right? I mean, it just rolls off your tongue. So it's a challenge to communicate the incredibly detailed work we do but we have to try, and we have to succeed in doing so. Think about Nasser Ahmed, the computer scientist who worked at the University of New Mexico. In 1972, he helped invent the discrete cosine transform. Wow. Sounds impressive, but what does it mean? It's much easier to understand if we say that his work underlies image sharing in online video conferencing. Certainly makes it easier to understand and appreciate why someone would spend countless hours sitting at a computer away from their family. Think about how our lives have been transformed by video streaming. So I've highlighted several of the many important skills you've developed in your time at Clemson, but the most important change lies in you. When you have some time alone, I want you to reflect on who you were when you first enrolled at Clemson, and then think about who you are now. A confident and established scholar. You're part of an impressive community of doctors who came to Clemson from 72 countries around the world and every state and territory in the United States. What you've accomplished here at Clemson is extraordinary, and it will stand the test of time. We're so very, very proud of you. In closing, I want you to know how very happy we are that your journey took you through Clemson University. Remember that transformation began at Clemson, but it will not end here. Please stay in touch and come back and visit as often as you can, perhaps as soon as next year, when we'll be celebrating 100 years of Clemson graduate education, 100 years of graduate education at Clemson. We look forward to hearing about your future successes. My heartfelt congratulations, and go Tigers! It's now my great pleasure to again introduce our Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost at Clemson University, hardest working person you'll ever meet, and a super nice guy, Dr. Robert H. Jones.
Thank you very much, Dean Lopes. Appreciate that very much. And hello, everybody. I'm really, really pleased to be here with you at this special event. It gives us all energy and joy. But first, I'm going to talk about some housekeeping. All right. With very few exceptions, graduates are going to be hooded by their major advisor and by either their department chair or the associate dean of the grad school, or more likely associate dean of their own college or the dean of their college. And it'll be right here in front of us. There is a spot. There's an X marks the spot right there. Please stand there so that the photographer can get a great picture of you and your major advisor and your dean. It's going to be something you'll treasure. Then the graduates will cross the stage and they will be congratulated by our president. And there'll be a row of others giving some congratulations. And now, I'd like to share some perspectives on major advisors. We heard Dr. Gregoric talk about the importance of his major advisor. And for all doctoral students, especially those who earn a PhD, a major advisor is an accomplished faculty member of great importance. Together, the advisor and the student spend many hours creating new knowledge and sharing it with the academic community and with the public. And as you can imagine, that relationship that they develop is very, very special. It's the core of the student's doctoral education, and it's often the student's most important starting point for a career. We're grateful for all the major advisors who are here with us today. For all doctoral students, several faculty, in addition to their major advisor, also provide significant advice and guidance. It's truly a village that is needed to support each of our graduates here today. Clemson University is very grateful for the efforts of our faculty advisors and proud of the successes that they and our doctoral students have achieved together. And now, It's my great honor to introduce a very strong advocate for graduate education, for faculty, a faculty member himself, a national leader in higher education, and we are very fortunate that he chose to come to Clemson University to be our 15th president, Dr. James P. Clements.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jones, and thank you for the great job you are doing as our Executive Vice President and Provost. Would you all please help me thank him for his incredible leadership? Well, good afternoon. I'm honored to be here with you on this very special day. Welcome to our doctoral hooding ceremony. Let me start by saying to all who are graduating today, I'm very proud of you. And I'm thrilled that we are together today to celebrate you as you walk across the stage and properly mark this important milestone and achievement in your life. You did it. You made it to the finish line. Today we celebrate your hard work and your incredible accomplishments and the value and the importance of graduate education at Clemson. We recognize the contributions that you've made through your studies and your research that is driving innovation and generating new ideas and expanding the knowledge base of Clemson and the world. As you very well know, doctoral education is a lengthy, challenging, and very demanding process. Only 1.4% of the United States population has earned a doctorate. But you did it, and you had a lot of help and a lot of support along the way. So let's take a moment to recognize the family members and friends who nurtured you and supported you and who helped to make this day possible. To all of the moms and the dads, the spouses, the grandparents, the children, the siblings, the aunts and the uncles, the friends, and the mentors who were here with you today, you honor us and these graduates with your presence. We owe each of you special thanks for the important role that you played in helping these amazing scholars achieve this remarkable goal. Would you please help me thank our guests who are here today? I also want to recognize and thank our talented faculty and our dedicated staff, whose commitment to excellence helped to ensure your success here at Clemson. I would like to ask our faculty and staff who are here today to please stand and accept our deep thanks. I would also like to extend my congratulations to any faculty or staff members who have furthered their education and who are receiving their doctoral degrees today. In preparing for today's ceremony, I thought back on my own academic experience. I remember my elementary school teachers calling me professor because I was a very serious student and I wanted to help others learn the subject matter. I remember my first day and my very first class as an undergraduate student, sitting in the classroom, listening to my professor and knowing that was exactly what I wanted to be. That was and still is my dream job. Little did I know at that time just how much effort and hard work it would take to qualify for my dream job. And I remember one of the most important lessons I learned from my parents, and that was the importance of a college education. My parents didn't have the opportunity to go to college due to financial constraints, but they did instill in me and my three older siblings the value of a quality education. They urged us to be passionate about the transformational, life-changing power of education. We were the first generation in my family to go to college, and we were taught that education was the path to a better future, not just for an individual, but for society as a whole. And we listened. Between me and my three older siblings, we actually earned 11 college degrees, including 7 graduate degrees and 1 honorary doctorate. And I believe that one of the proudest days for my parents was the day that my brother and I received our PhDs side by side on stage. I hope that today is equally as memorable and special for you. You have demonstrated incredible courage and incredible determination to earn your PhD. You worked on your doctorate through an unprecedented global pandemic. Many of you have children, spouses, parents, or other loved ones that you had to care for during this journey. You had jobs or research assistantships, which also required your time and your attention. Some of you are also first-generation graduate students, like I was. And earning a PhD is not a quick process. It's a journey, and it's a journey that takes years of your life, and usually in a season of life in which there is a lot of change. It's not easy to obtain a PhD. Think about that percentage I mentioned. Only 1.4% of the population in the US has a PhD. When I talk to individuals who recently earned their PhDs, I ask them about their experience and what helped them to persist and graduate, and they often say it's a testament of perseverance. They just couldn't give up. They were determined to make it. They also say that it can be lonely and that you need a good support system, but ultimately it is you who has to do the work, you who has to do the research, and you who has to put in the time and the effort. Indeed, it takes incredible determination and incredible courage. You are each determined and courageous scholars. These are traits that will serve you well for the rest of your life. So please never lose those traits. Unfortunately, one member of your graduating class passed away before receiving his degree. Today, the Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering is awarded posthumously to Ram Prasad Yadana Pudi. Will you please bow your heads and observe a moment of silence in his memory? Thank you. I would now like to ask all of the candidates for the doctoral degree to please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my immense pleasure to present to you the doctoral class of 2023. By the authority vested in me by the Clemson University Board of Trustees, I now confer upon you the doctoral degree with all of the rights and privileges appertaining thereto, and as testimony thereof, I present you with a doctorate from the university. Congratulations. You may be seated at this time. I would like to ask you to please come forward with your advisee or designee.
College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Life Sciences. Dr. Ahmet Buyuk-Yavuz. Dr. Hope Renfro Beckton. Dr. Sarah Catherine Holliday. Dr. Christiana Tinuola Oladui. Dr. Matthew William Green. Dr. Alex Joseph Jensen. Dr. Kiefer Levi Titus. College of Architecture, Arts, and Humanities. Dr. Anna Christine Overby. Dr. June Blaylock Furr. Dr. David Benjamin Weems, Sr. College of Behavioral, Social, and Health Sciences. Dr. Emily A. Doherty. Dr. Banu Sivaraj. Dr. Joseph Herbert Blummel. Dr. Mohammed Harris. Dr. Sarah Noshin Quadri. Dr. Nathan A. Dumessa. Dr. Claire Texter. Dr. Kenzie Joy Hurley. Dr. Gwendolyn Page Watson. Dr. Jason Neal Pope. Dr. Akibia S. Hicks. Dr. Olivia Ellen McInerlin. Dr. Felipe Bertazzo Tobar. Dr. Pramod Kumar Yadav. Wilbur O. and Ann Powers College of Business. Dr. Terrence O'Neill Jewell. Dr. Jacob Michael Lamb. Dr. Lan Lan. Dr. Jun Lee. Dr. Hugo Vaca Pereira Rocha. College of Education, Dr. Todd G. Howard. Dr. Virginia Shaw Perry. Dr. Anne Marie Alexander. Dr. Betty Thompson Bagley. Dr. Shanae Monique Bodrick. Dr. Leverett Marlin Bruner. Dr. Roberto Carlos Flores. Dr. Timothy Ray Cowan. Dr. Joshua E. Miller. Dr. Matthew Lee Moore. Dr. George Robbins Rhodes. Dr. Haley Jordan Hoover. Dr. Macy Christine James. Dr. Oluwaseun Ayobami Oti. College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences, Dr. Daniel Zachary Egan. Dr. Dylan G. Chitwood. Dr. Therese Parr. Dr. Austin R. Smothers. Dr. Matthew Murphy Stanford. Dr. Benjamin Walker Martin. Dr. Nicholas Ethan Gregoric. Dr. Madeline Ellen McCarthy. Dr. Zachariah Alfred Pittman. Dr. Graham W. Tyndall. Dr. Jiarun Zhou. Dr. Bibek Bardwaj. Dr. Somnath Mundal. Dr. Feng Zhao Zhou. Dr. Snigdaswin Kaur. Dr. Prabodh Kumar Mishra. Dr. Prahlad Prakashan Paniyil. Dr. Bala Aditya Upalapati. Dr. Catherine Mary Kenyon. Dr. Lisa M. Manglass. Dr. Zuwa Zhou. Dr. Christopher Flathman. Dr. Aaron Magruder Gluck. Dr. Ling Yuan Lee. Dr. Ray Zhang. Dr. Amog Sunil Bosekar. Dr. Vaibhav Abhay Palkar. Dr. Maher Bassam Elgalayini. Dr. Malik Bassam Isa Al-Kayali. Dr. Jacob Lee Biddlecom. Dr. Mabuber Rahman. College of Science. Dr. Chen-Yen Chong. Dr. Jillian Elisa Milanes. Dr. Paola Andrea Benavides. Dr. Ebube Evaristus Oyekea. Dr. Matthew Stephen Powell. Dr. Emily Wagner Knight. Dr. Jacqueline Thomas. Dr. Sean Walker Ingemarson. Dr. Andrew Carl Pangia. Dr. Ross Michael Silver. Dr. Hao-Nin Wu. College of Architecture, Arts, and Humanities, Dr. Sarah May Cooper.
Congratulations again to all of you. Would you please join me in again congratulating our newest doctoral degree recipients. We know that you will make us proud, and more importantly, we know that you will make a difference in the world. I hope that your Clemson experience has been everything that you hoped it would be, and that we instilled in you the core values that we hold so dear: integrity, respect, diversity, patriotism, excellence, and self-reliance. I hope that we challenged you and we inspired you to think critically and to be engaged with your community and the world. You just earned your doctorate from our Carnegie Research One tier institution, a very prestigious group of universities in the United States classified as having the highest level of research activity. You leave this university with exceptional academic credentials, and I encourage you to use your talents and your education to make a positive difference. Some of you earned your undergraduate or master's degrees at Clemson, and you already know that a Clemson degree is highly recognized around the globe. And you know that the Clemson family is very special and very real. For those of you who earned your previous degree at another institution, today you become a Clemson alumnus and you join a family with more than 176,000 living members around the world. All of you are forever connected to this university, to this community of scholars, and to every member of the Clemson community. And as part of the Clemson family and the 1.4% of PhD recipients in the country, I want to challenge you to be the supportive friend, the loving family member, and the same type of caring mentor for someone else, just like you had during your educational journey here at Clemson. And again, I ask you, please use your incredible knowledge that you have gained and the research that you have performed to make a positive impact on others. Congratulations again. I'm so incredibly proud of you, and go Tigers!
Will you please stand and join me in singing the Clemson Alma Mater? Please remain standing for the recessional of the stage party, followed by the graduates, and you will be dismissed after the graduates exit the auditorium.
Thank you.